Alpha Green, string bean, get lean. When you're growing our fresh food, getting booed. Dude, that's a mood. 'Cause you're saving bills, growing dill. All you gotta do is fill the system with a solution. Alpha Green is the affordable solution of the future. We coming at you from the 704. Don't even gotta open your door. That's what the internet is for. Yeah, yeah, I said it. Nutrients and H2O, about to make the hydroponic flow. Come check out our documentary part 2, cause we are Alpha Green. Welcome back, everybody. We are Alpha Green, and thank you for watching our documentary part 2. We would just like to take a second to thank all of our teachers and our mentors that helped us throughout this project and this school year. Without these guys, we wouldn't have completed this project and create amazing products like this documentary. So without further ado, our documentary. Previously on Alpha Green.
I fully expect to see a time-lapse version of that in your documentary.
We encountered an issue. It was just barely long enough to fit underneath the dashboard. Cart for about 3 hours in Lowe's. Putting fittings together, trying to figure out what we could do, and we came up with the design that's in the lines on the right. So to see that like all broken up is the bottom left picture. Encourage you to know for next semester is do not rush into the building process. Take your brainstorming slow, know what you're gonna do, measure 400 times before you cut that once. It matters, okay? So we didn't do that. So we ended up with two different systems that one worked, one did not. So our one that worked is in the right side, and it literally took a lot of time, a lot of money, sitting in a Lowe's cart for about 4 hours. Just putting a bunch of stuff together. It's a lot of work if you don't do it the right way. So we ended up doing the first of the smaller pipe design. We ended up not cutting stuff right. Like I'm not the best person with tools, so I had to get CJ and Tando to actually come out and help me. And we actually did a cool paint scheme to increase that customer approval. And so the total dimensions of our product is 44 and a fourth or a quarter in your length. It's 48 inches tall and 18 inches wide. And so
Through our research and our findings, we were able to come up with a lot of great information that helped to better justify our product. We also got a lot of great feedback from our mentors and even from some of our peers as well. But the most important feedback that we got was from our consumers and our target audience. And we got a lot of this great feedback through our surveys, but also through our website as well. And it just helped us to have a better idea of what they were thinking and what they wanted us to do to make the product the best that it could be.
At this point in our project, we were about 80% done with our presentation as well as 80% done with our prototype. We wanted to present this to our our mentors at the time because we thought that would be a good idea, that since the in-house expo was coming up, we wanted to get their feedback with all of their experience and professionalism and be able to present this project to the highest of standards. With that being said, they did give us some crucial criticism and feedback that we needed to be able to consider when actually presenting our product, as well as the way it was presented on the presentation. We did not consider that as an important aspect, but they did stress the importance of being able to see it visually so that people can understand it better. Four main ideas that they did stress to us as being important is initially bolding important information. Secondly, playing with the concepts of optimism and emotion and being able to address the need for our product. Thirdly, wrapping up by stating the need of our product and the mission purpose. And lastly, re-evaluating our pitch.
Out of these 4 concepts, we focus on the last 3. Our mentors stressed how important pathos was to us, having the necessary reaction from judges. For them to be able to understand the need of our system, they have to feel bad to be a part of the solution. Subsequently, they understood the need of our project and its place in our day-to-day lives. Then, most importantly, we needed to update our pitch to 1, recognize the problem, and 2, state how our solution will improve it.
Following the meeting, after we adjusted our pitch, we had our expo. We also had our mentors needing to give us some more information and some more feedback for us. Some other concepts mentioned by our mentors was that they liked the interactions we had with people and the one-on-one / asking questions to the audience, as well as the confidence in our presentation. The knowledge that we knew regarding the topic was easily said. One of our mentors was able to come and show, that was Jeremy. They wanted to show our support at the in-house. Later, they said that we did an impressive job with implementing their criticism within their design and our presentations.
And lastly, when it came to validating our project, we did a lot of great surveying. Here you can see some of the results that we got from those surveys, from surveying the general public and some of our target audience. Also, we got a lot of great feedback from the people who attended the in-house expo. They gave us some great feedback about having a manual versus an automated system, as well as having a payment plan for some people who might not be able to pay for our system upfront in full, so that everyone can benefit from our product.
We did a series of tests on our system, and this included the water pump's ability to pump water throughout the system, the grow light's ability to sustain plant life, the reservoir's ability to hold water, as well as the amount of weight that our system was able to sustain, which, if you're wondering, was 250 pounds. Based on the information that we gained, we not only had an adequate representation of what we would like the product to do, but that we had a high success rate of our product. We also wanted to be able to consider some nice aspects that we learned from this testing, which included more aesthetically pleasing aspects, as well as we wanted to make it more consumer friendly and less hands-on, unless the consumer would like that.
By testing our design, we could evaluate what needed to change and what could be done better. First, we changed the wind structure to PVC pipes for an easier assembly process and a chance to reduce the cost of our system. We then made our plant trees smaller because from testing, we saw that by decreasing the width of our system, we could allow for more viability when customers place this inside of their homes. This also allowed for a 3rd plant tray to be installed on the top of the structure if the consumer desired, and this is because the final design is going to be made out of PVC pipes and was made out of PVC pipes.
I think that it helps to sometimes use bold, or pretty much try to draw their attention to those items. So I think you could bold that frame, or that phrase rather, and in that way it kind of at least pops out to them. It pops out to the viewer to say like, oh, food desert, food, security or insecurity rather. And then it causes them to basically be able to engage in it in a way of recognizing that this is a need.
I didn't see the goal or the objective or your mission. I saw your work plan. I saw why you're doing it. I saw your motivation, but I didn't see what your plan was. So going from food deserts to building and trying and prototyping, committing and saying this is why we're passionate, and it can be an emotional statement, it can be whatever pulls your strings, would be another way to connect with the audience.
And so really our vision for our project is to help combat food deserts in America and to decrease the amount of people who are facing food insecurity. As a group, we really believe that hydroponics has the potential to be the affordable food solution of the future, and we want to give people the opportunity to grow fresh food within their own home and live happier and healthier lifestyles.
Excellent. So all the technical stuff, judges may go there. I want to know in 2-3 years, you come back to campus, you stop by the school, and I ask you, what is the biggest thing you remember about your senior expo project? Each one of you, tell me what are you going to remember most about this 9-month journey through this project.
Zoom calls that we spent like literally long nights just together on that Zoom call, figuring things out, running through our presentation. And it's never a dull moment. Like literally, Michael and CJ make it so much fun. They're
Figure out how we want to do this. We really wanted a successful project, but we wanted to make it affordable and make it to where people understood the need the same way we feel about it, and make sure that people understand that this is a really serious issue that really goes overlooked. So we really want to address it the way it needs to be, so that people can understand that this really is a problem.
Instance that like I kind of figured out like what I'm good at. Like I'm good at like drawing stuff up, but like the actual execution of it, that's what I'm kind of terrible of. So like I guess what you can say is like it's an architect's dream, but a civil engineer's nightmare. That's kind of like I can see like why.
Most of the things y'all talked about were relational teamwork stuff. And so no matter what you do, how many advanced degrees you get, you need everybody on the team to contribute. And you need to treat everybody on the team with dignity and respect. Even though you have fights, y'all got back together, right?
Already have your plans for next year figured out, and they don't involve anything to do with our school or maybe even engineering. But I think that this is definitely something y'all should be proud of. All year long, that bullet point number 3, loved our conversations all year. Every time we jumped in, we knew we were going to have a good conversation. Not only were you going to be confident in what y'all were building and how you were approaching it, but just that you knew the next steps to take. Y'all always had a good plan in place. And so you really should be proud of that. Hopefully y'all can take that forward moving into your next stage of life too.
King, Keratin, people of the future generations that are going to be watching this, we would just like to thank everybody that was involved. Thank Miss Keratin, Mr. King for their support and feedback. Shout out to both of them. Shout out to Jeremy. Shout out to the couple that helped us. Shout out to I think it's Nash Advisory Board for helping us and sponsoring our event. Thank you for the $50 Visa gift card. And I just cannot believe that we did this year. It's an amazing experience, and I think that every year it should happen. I thank you guys for watching our documentary part 2, and we are Alpha Green.